right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Dougie and the W, which is brought to you by the Doug Saravo Show. All right, let's get to it. First topic of the day, the New York Liberty and Minnesota Lynx are off to a hot start. The Liberty, they're 7-0, and Minnesota is 8-0. Look, Minnesota, they've been playing great basketball so far, especially Naphisha Collier. Leads the team with 25.1 points per game, 8.7 rebounds, 2.1 steals, and Courtney Williams, 6.2 assists. Only thing is, do they need more depth? Are they going to lack depth? Naphisha leads with 25.1 points, and then Kayla McBride leads, is right behind her with 16, and Courtney Williams with 13 points. So will they need more depth moving forward? New York Liberty, everybody's talking about Sabrina this, Sabrina that, three-point magic. But Brianna Stewart, she leads the team with 18.1 points, and that says a lot. I think she's a difference maker for this team, this organization. She came over 2 years ago, and they won their first ever WNBA championship. So, she's been a hell of a player for them. Drunkel Jones leads the team with rebounds, 11.3. Natasha Cloud, 6.9. An assist and steals, 1.7. Natasha Cloud. Let's get to my second topic of the day. Dallas needs more than Paige Bueckers. They need more than Paige. You look at their numbers. We look at the WNBA teams. We look at teams like the Fever, Atlanta. They're at the bottom. Now, if you look at Dallas, Paige has been out the last few games due to the concussion protocol. But if you look at Paige, she only leads with 6.7 assists. You look at Enrique Anuabwale, leads the team in points, 16.1. Maisha Hines-Allen leads the team in rebounds, 6.4. Paige leads the team in assists, steals, and blocks. She's been more of a overall player, not a point scorer. So you look at this team, they have a lot of good players, but it's well balanced in the scoring. Enrique leads with 16.1. Paige has 14.7. Carrington, 13. Maddie Siegrist, 10.1. So if Dallas wants to go anywhere, they need more pieces. They have great people, great players that could be depth players in Carrington and Siegrist, but they need more than Paige. They have to get more draft picks, maybe make a trade for a superstar, whatever it is. But Dallas, 1-7, Paige is not the answer. She is the answer in the long run, but right now they need more than Paige. And who's the threat to Liberty? Who is the threat to the New York Liberty? For me, it's the Minnesota Lynx. They're 8-0. They're playing great basketball. They're better, I think, than the Aces. The Aces are 4-2. So, if there was a team that could be a threat to the Liberty, if they met up in the WNBA Finals, it's definitely going to be the Minnesota Lynx. I think they are better than the Aces. Remember, the Aces traded away Kelsey Plum to the Sparks. So, if you're looking at the standings right now, coming out of the East, the Liberty, the Dream, maybe the Fever, depending if Caitlin Clark can carry that team on her back. The Lynx on the West, 8-0, Aces 4-2, Mercury 5-3. Seattle has been playing a little good basketball. Valkyrie, Sparks, and Wings, they'll miss out on the postseason unless some type of miracle happens for Paige Bueckers and the Dallas Wings. But if I had to pick a threat from the West, because I think it's going to be the Lynx and the Liberty in the WNBA Finals this year, I think the Lynx have what it takes to win, but don't be surprised if the Liberty find a way to repeat in this year's WNBA Finals. Again, thank you for watching or listening to another episode of Dougie and the W, which is brought to you by our good friends at the Doug Saravo Show. We will see everybody next time, and thank you for your support.